So the Itty Bitty Shitty Committee is something that I dealt with significantly for most of my life, and a lot of CEOs and a lot of successful people, whether they come from the entrepreneurial community, whether they're in the performing arts community, actors, musicians, athletes, a lot of people deal with the Itty Bitty Shitty Committee. And what that means is it's our internal dialogue, it's our negative self-talk that hijacks our thought processes and tells us that we're not good enough, we're not smart enough, people don't like us. We compare and contrast to our peers. It's all of that. For me, it was very much the imposter syndrome thought process around I have to be all things to all people all the time, and I have to have all the answers. When in reality, I don't. And when in reality is when we get wrapped up in the Itty Bitty Shitty Committee, when we get wrapped up in the imposter syndrome, what we do is we shut down the parts of our brain that allow for growth mindset and creative thinking. So if we're hijacked by the negative thoughts in our head and we don't come up with ways to work through them, then we aren't able to pivot to where the opportunities are going to go. And that's one of the first things that my coach taught me was I've got to work with that. And part of the process is to recognize we're going through it, to recognize and name it, to tame it, saying, hey, I'm a little bit hijacked right now. And I'm a little bit inflamed by it, and I'm very reactive to the circumstances or situations. Or my staff keeps coming to me with all their problems, and I don't have all the answers to all their problems. Or my clients are coming to me looking for price discounts, or my clients are coming to me with problems and issues. Or like we're looking at in 2020, we've got COVID. And I thought my business was going to grow on this trajectory through this model to this area. Well, that doesn't exist anymore. My business was basically, as a coach, was to go and speak from stage and to go and be in front of an audience of entrepreneurs, share the message, do the Q&A. And if people liked what they heard, they would engage me post-conversation, potentially for a coaching diagnostic. Well, that's gone. It doesn't exist. I can't, there's no stage to get onto. So instead, I had to tie back into why am I doing this? My personal why, which is to improve lives. And so to deal with my Itty Bitty Shitty Committee, because it did come into play, like, oh my gosh, we've had 6 stages cancel within 2 weeks. What are we going to do? We're in bad shape. We're screwed. What's going to happen? Slow it down. I think, where else are the opportunities? Where else can I get my message out? Because my anchoring, my reason for doing this, my why is improve lives. Well, I went online and I volunteered everywhere I could to talk to entrepreneurs who are stuck, to help them get out of their mindset. And as a coach, how I get an entrepreneur unstuck, as a coach, how I help an entrepreneur deal with their Itty Bitty Shitty Committee is I approach whatever they're experiencing with massive curiosity. And I'll go into, tell me more about that. Why do you think you're feeling that way? Where is this taking you? Where is this coming from? And I had one entrepreneur reach out to me, and they felt that their business was completely doomed. They were millions of dollars in debt, and they were going to close the doors tomorrow, and they're going to go file for bankruptcy. By talking them through that, and then ultimately, after about an hour and a half, anchoring them into why did they get into this business in the first place? Why did you even get in here? And the light bulb moment was there. She realized I got in this business not to become wealthy, not to grow a business, but to help people. And how else can I help people? And she started pivoting her business. I said, okay, great. We've got you unstuck around that. All right, where else can you find some cash to keep the business sustained during these tough times? And we started pulling other strings for her to free up about $3 million in cash. So through the course of recognizing that she was hijacked and paralyzed by her Itty Bitty Shitty Committee, approaching that mindset with massive curiosity, helping her get unstuck, she's still in business today and moving forward through these tough times.